Hello, everyone. This is Howard Fox, and welcome back for another episode of the Outdoor Adventure Series, the podcast that celebrates individuals and families, businesses, and organizations that seek out and promote the exploration, stewardship, conservation, access, and enjoyment of the outdoors. Francisco Silva is our guest today. Francisco is a STEAM educator, a solar system ambassador, and outreach program coordinator. I know Francisco from the Las Vegas Astronomical Society, and I know of his work that he helps to design inclusive, narrative-driven astronomy experiences for diverse communities. His work blends science, storytelling, and he's a fantastic storyteller, and helps to promote that emotional connection to inspire curiosity under the stars. Francisco, it's a pleasure to have you on the podcast. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Fantastic. Now, for our listeners, I actually do know Francisco. We have crossed paths many times because Francisco is a member of the Las Vegas Astronomical Society, and I have listened to some of the program he facilitates, and I have to say, this man is like the humongous, sorry, Francisco, Energizer Bunny. I've never seen a man with so much energy in my life, but Francisco, it's a pleasure to have you on the podcast. And I would just love if you would, for our listeners, share a little bit about the information about yourself. I mean, I have the introduction that I just read off, but give us a little bit about your backstory.
So I will say, let's talk about my love for astronomy.
That's
That
good.
sounds good. Yeah.
I like that.
So I started when I was about 6 years old. My mom introduced me to astronomy, and she was reading me mythologies of the Greek era and all that, and also talking to me about how those mythologies have the constellations corresponded to the sky. And that is was my introduction. My mom gave me that love for the environment, for the nature, for our place in the universe. 16, I have my first telescope. That was an amazing me, 60 millimeters. And I was the happiest kid in the town. I not going to deny it. I still remember the frustration when I put the telescope together and everything was flipped down. I cannot tell you how frustration that was because the manual have no mention about it. They expect you to know. And this is before Google, okay? You can know, Google it and say, why everything is flipped? Because if you pick up a binoculars, that's not happening in binoculars. So you say, something is broke, something has gone wrong. And it takes me a little time. I remember my first nights trying to calculate when to see Venus, when to see planets over the moon. I have, my parents give me the bedsheet program to allow me to do calculations of when the stuff going to be in the heavens. And that was an amazing experience. Then really opened my love to the night, beautiful night. After that, in 1998 or 1999, in Spain, is a solar eclipse, a partial solar eclipse. It was beautiful. My first time thinking, we can also look at the sun. And all those things was pushing me to a more open science investigation and more question on everything. I love the series of Carl Sagan Cosmos. Um, I go to computer science. That is my major in computer science. Everything with computers is where I study. I have a minor in computer in astronomy in the University of Murcia in Spain. And that teacher was amazing. He was love for science, 10 out of 10. And from there, everything is, I go into the business of computers. I moved back to Nevada a long time ago in 2010. And one day I find a post of Las Vegas Astronomical Society talking about events, talking about ideas and the social media. I go, I got to go to one of these meetings and see what it's all about. And in one of those meetings, they was asking for volunteers for the talk to the kids and etc. You go, I am pretty sure I can do that happening. And I forgot the name right now. Oh, I forget this. One of the previous people that was in my position. he was an amazing educator, and he introduced me to the program and support all my way down that road. And I am here. I remember when also I applied for NASA. NASA said no the first time. That was really frustrating, but I keep knocking the door, and I became a solar system ambassador.
That is fantastic. And I love the fact that this introduction at 6 years old, that is when we're still are molded by the influences of our parents and we develop that love. And then you made it to Las Vegas and to the Las Vegas Astronomical Society. Had you, as you were growing into this love and getting more experience, what was the most challenging part for you? Because there's a lot of calculations, there's a lot of science, there's a lot of mythology as well. There's a lot of stories. And was there one part of this journey that stood out for you as a really, on what, two sides of the coin, a very deep love on one side, but also one that this is really going to require me to stretch myself to be a to be at the top of my game, so to speak. Okay.
Yes. So the exact time, I not recall it. I am old. But yes, when I start to understand through my first telescope how you need to calculate when stuff was up there, it's something that the new generations will not understand. We do not have an app that you can open and you will see, oh, look, Saturn is visible at 5 o'clock in the morning. That is impossible back in the days. You need to at least have a program that helps you or push you in that direction to know that information. That make me understand how little we know or how little information is available for the general public to understand that. Let's call it astronomy for dummies. Is totally agree. Okay. It's not an easy way to come in because if you buy a telescope and you go out and say, let's go out, you go to find a lot of impediments. First, light pollution. Second, clouds, the biggest enemy of astronomy. And then followed by what to look in the sky. It's a lot of feelings than what to look in the sky. Companies like Meet and Celestron, with the go-to telescope, they put best of tonight, but sometimes you don't even know what you was looking at and not give any meaning. Or the telescope was not properly aligned because you don't know that. And then you was looking in a place where it's nothing, except all background stars that means nothing to you. So that will be the most biggest challenge is you need to understand that this is an always getting to know more and more. It's not something that you can just go and say, "Oh, let's do this for fun." No, it's something that requires you effort and focus and research and stuff like that.
And most definitely passion and
Yes,
perseverance and persistence
yes,
to
yes.
keep you going. Now, I have a quick question is, in my introduction, I specifically introduced you as a STEAM educator. Now, I am familiar with STEM, science, technology, engineering, math, I believe. What what is the A in the STEAM, if so, STEAM educator? What is that?
So the beginning of the idea of the program of STEM was to be able to have a umbrella for after school and club for kids in the school that understand what they was trying to focus in. And yes, math, science, technology are really important, 10 of the 10. But humanity have one of the things that I admire more, and it's creativity, it's art. And yes, you cannot be Picasso, Michelangelo without science and mathematics. But at the same time, we need that connection with art. And that is one thing that I totally support of changing the STEM to STEAM because bring art to the table, bring you how will you express that knowledge, how you will use that science or mathematics or something to be that knowledge. The, around us, everything can be explained with math, everything from the position of the flowers, the sunrise angle. But math cannot tell you how beautiful a flower is.
Mhm.
That is something that art tells you to appreciate. Look, that is a beautiful flower for a reason. And that to me is the perfect connection that allows us to balance, not only focus in knowledge, but also appreciate what that knowledge allows us to understand and appreciate of this beautiful planet.
Excellent. Thank you for sharing
Thank you.
that. One last question. There's
Not
going to
that,
be a
that
lot of
many.
questions, but
Yeah, go
regarding
for
the
it.
introduction, solar system ambassador,
Yes.
help us
So
understand.
solar system ambassadors have more than 20 years. I think it's 25. It's a program from NASA and GPL to promote the knowledge of what NASA is doing and GPL is doing across the nation. Okay. We are unfortunately happen to many things daily basis. The media sometimes is not interested. And that all that amazing knowledge and ideas that these organizations do sometimes come to a second place or third place to the knowledge of the general public. So back in the days, it started with the program Galileo, that is a satellite that NASA put in orbit. And they was trying to make everybody understand how good that program was for the general public. And from there, it goes to evolve to solar system ambassadors. That is the same goal, bring the advance of technology and the amazing programs that these institutions do to the general public in an easy way to understand it for the public.
Okay. As a STEAM educator and solar system ambassador, what have been some of your highlights when it comes to really not only sharing what you love, but also getting the audience excited about what you're sharing? What have been some of the highlights as you've been w- volunteering down this path?
So I have several. One of my 10 out of 10 is talking to the kids.
Yeah.
No matter what age you have there, and the moment that you can communicate them clearly, how amazing and what opportunities this beautiful universe has, that changed completely this perspective. They start asking questions that open them to a new world of possibilities or amazing, or they want to be an astronaut. Or I even have fish mariners, people that want to study sea science and fishes that want to go to the moon. And you say, yeah, that why not? It's a possibility. Nothing is stopping you. And showing them the amazing next steps that their life can have. That is one thing out of 10. Talking to grow ups is a next one that really, really love when you see that some of them come with or no clear understanding or did not put enough or do not know how to find those resources that they need to understand something. And they come to you and ask a question, and you have this inner connection with them to, hey, yes, but look at through that perspective or look at through this perspective. And that is always something then change the connection, then bring a talk to, oh, then this is happening, etc. For example, I never against talking about aliens. Are they here? Are they here? I don't know. I don't have the answer. But because we are having that conversation, we talk about why come to this ecosystem? Why will they enjoy drinking coffee or tea? Really, they want to eat your liver. All those conversations bring up a background of science questions that open the conversation to a more understanding of what we are having in our surrounding and why science help us understand our place in the universe.
Okay. With your volunteering work with the Las Vegas Astronomical Society, and for our listeners, we're going to have backlinks to the LVAS website as well as to um, the Solar System Ambassador program with NASA and the GPS. Francisco, when you're out with LVAS and there is programming, and I remember a couple of weeks back we were at Veterans Park in Boulder City, and needless to say, the not only did the sky not cooperate, but the technology and the ground did not cooperate. And you had kids up at the stage running around pretending they're the parts of the solar system, the sun, the moon, the planets. And I just loved the energy, and everybody was like, wow, this is great. How many of these programs are you facilitating for, whether it's kids or adults, say in a given year? Is there some, are you out there every week doing this, every couple weeks?
So in general, I facilitate up to 100 events a year.
Hundreds.
That is my top goal. Yeah, I have reached that goal several times. It's complicated. It's hard. It's a lot of paperwork, a lot of crazy amount of emails. People don't understand how many emails these require. But at the end of the day, being in the event, making it happen, and see everybody enjoy and nourish that love for science and understanding is 10 out of 10.
That's good. We're going to have to get you involved somehow in Boulder City. My partner and I produce Boulder City's podcast. It's called the Best Damn Podcast. And we
Okay.
were floating around this idea with Joe Lagan, who is the CEO, of having some type of drone show, which using drones to go up into the sky. Here's the constellations. Here's the
That is
stars.
interesting.
And then at the end of the drone show, the Las Vegas Astronomical Society, like yourself, is out there with their telescopes. So just it's an idea. Um,
It's a beautiful idea. I totally see the potential. Yeah.
yeah. So as you are facilitating these events, and it's here in Las Vegas, we are relatively local, but what are some of the exciting places you and or the society have taken groups out to show them and educate them about an experience? This number one, being outside, fresh air, nice weather, hopefully cooperating, the stars, and just seeing what's out there in the cosmos. What have been some of the destinations that you have exposed kids and adults to?
So one thing that I love of Las Vegas is not the casinos. It's the
I'm with
how
you there, my
many
friend.
how many natural parks and resources have the community. We have an artificial lake, Lake May. We have the national reserve like Valley of Fire, Red Rock Canyon, Mount Charleston, the Desert Reserve. All of them give an amazing opportunity, just a tree, than less than an hour and a half, 40 minutes, you have wilderness at your fingertips. And that is something that I like and love to promote. Our association do a lot of events once at least a month in these locations that give us the opportunity to disconnect from our busy life, from our crazy traffic, and have a moment of awe under the stars, to reconnect with Mother Nature, to reconnect with one moment of just peace and enjoyment, with no other goal of purpose or madness or stress. It's just relax there.
Okay. Now, when you are at an event, are you also setting up your equipment? Because I know you're running around, you're busy with the educational component, but are you also setting up your equipment?
Yes, I go at least 1 hour early to set up most of the equipment, or at least give it just touching a couple of buttons and go. But yes, I go all around. I go there, set up every equipment. Right now, I go with two different telescopes, one electronic that you can see through tablets, and one visible. To me, visual, yes, beautiful photos. I know they disagree, please. I love astrophotography, but I see something romantic and a photon of light, sorry, a photon of light has come from whatever point in the universe, go through that telescope to die in your eyes. And that is something that no, yes, a beautiful photo, but it's not the light that comes from that object 25 years, 4 years, 100 billion years. And that is something that gives me a more beautiful point of view of the astronomy than we humanity are able to just concentrate the light and give it to you right there that visible is always 10 or something. And you set up all that equipment. Crazy with the lines trying to go through the equipment. Everybody trying to touch the telescope. Please not touch telescopes. That is 10 or 10. 10 or 10.
Okay. If I am a youngster, 6 years old, like yourself, developing this interest, what would I want my child, or maybe I'm an adult, what would you want to introduce me to, a book, a video, a piece of equipment, so that I'm you're whetting my appetite, you're not overwhelming me, but something that I can use and start to visually explore the dark sky, the night sky with?
So, so for a kid, I hope you have a parent that gives you the space time and drive you to where you need to go. Because a lot of things, yes, you can connect it online, but sometimes are things that you need to go to a library to pick up a book and stuff like that. So hopefully your parents help you to push down that knowledge and narrative. But now for general, it will be resources. So before buying the most expensive telescope that you can find online, do research about that telescope. Second most important, try to meet with your local astronomy association. It's a lot of things across the whole nation, thank God. And that means go to those events, see telescope, try to connect with those people, see their recommendation, and not buy any telescope that come in a pretty box. The more pretty the box, the worse is the telescope. The good telescopes come in very ugly boxes. Okay, that is 101. Magazines. Most of the public libraries allow you to read astronomy magazines online or in person. Start reading magazines. Start reading books that connect you with astronomy. My 101 book for astronomy and understanding love of astronomy is a lot of them there, but Carl Sagan's books really, really open you understanding and love of the universe and connect with you with his stories and with the world. That will be my 101. Anything done by Carl Sagan. Cosmos TV shows, 100% recommended. Anything, anything for little that you think it is, it will help you grow in the right direction. So no need to have a full library. You don't need to have everything at once. The important thing is you start small by small. Android and Apple, both of them have an amazing apps that allow you to see heavens above, Safari, Google Map. Those are just to mention ones. Others tell you about when the satellites of Jupiter or the Saturn follow the moon calendar. All those are little tools that will help you little by little push you in the direction that you really will discover what you like about astronomy. Because no, in my association, not all of us, we share our love of the cosmos, but not the same thing. People love to take photos of open clusters. Others love to take photos of nebulas. Others hate galaxies. That is human. That is human 101. And not because I like something, you need to like that. It's just discover what you will like. Give that chance to yourself.
Okay. As you are interacting with children and adults, is there a moment, perhaps recently, I'm sure you have a lot of them, but recently, where a child just came up to you and said, "Thank you. I love this. This is what I did. This is what I'm going to do."
Yes. Thank God that happened a lot. From adults to kids, I have that is, they say Jupiter, they say Saturn, or they see a nebula. They really, really fell in love with that moment. They really communicate. I have a few kids that actually cry when they saw the first time the Jupiter or Saturn. I have a kid that was really, really want to look for something specific in the sky. I go, oh yeah, we can do that. And when he go, he just stopped there 5 minutes, glued to the telescope, looking at with all his enthusiasm. And those are moments that are totally reward and happen more often than not. And that is something I am very thankful for.
Okay. When you are with at these events, do you find that the parent is as equally excited as their child is?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Sometimes the parent come totally bent out for the day and he recharges the batteries there. I saw everything. One thing I totally agree, 101, is that parents don't care, even if they are tired, even then, I totally get it. Don't misunderstand me. Now you want me to drive to whatever place after a whole day of working and go there, socialize with humans. Probably it's not your cup of tea. 101. I totally understand you there. But that experience go to not only help grow your kids, but grow you. And it's totally worth it to do that effort. No, no, because you say, I'm not feeling like it. When you are there, the atmosphere will recharge your batteries in a positive way.
Okay. When you are out and about in the Las Vegas Valley or traveling a little farther north, south, is there a secret location that nobody else knows about, but this is where you can get a really good dark sky, assuming the sky is clear, assuming the time of the year is right and the constellations are where they're supposed to be? Is there like a one place you truly love, it's your go-to?
So I have a cup, but
Okay.
close to Vegas, I have in the north area, the desert preserve. And going to Prom by the 160 is a national park there that you can park almost anywhere. That is open to doors, everything, and that gives you a beautiful, beautiful view because it's after the Sierras. You need to cross the Sierras over, and then the Sierras is blocking most of the light pollution from Las Vegas, and you just have the beautiful dark sky there. Yes, there you stay. Now, my favorite place in the whole United States continental, because I live in several places, is Yellowstone. 10 out of 10. Outside Yellowstone, that sky, it looks fake. It takes me more than an hour to find the normal constellations. Yeah, I know what I am doing. I was like, what the moment? What is this? I don't know where I am. I am really looking north. What is this? That is the best sky in the United States continental. Yes. Now, around Vegas, Yellowstone, Valley of Fire, Lake May, the Red Rock, all of them offer you a beautiful opportunity very close to you to really enjoy the sky.
Okay. Do you ever have the opportunity to take visitors who are coming on vacation to Las Vegas, or maybe they've read something you've written? And I know you have your blog, which we'll have uh the links in our show notes, but do you ever have folks that come to Las Vegas, they reach out to you in some way and say, "Will you take us out?"
Our association gets a lot of requests. Yes, we do it. Some people contact me directly, some people contact us through the association. And as long as especially me, when I talk to them, I notice the love for astronomy is sincere and really is because they have kids or they want to celebrate the grandma's mother, the grandma's birthday. Yes, 101, I do with them an event or something like that. No godfather. The other day, I was in an event supporting a wedding. The wedding couple was want to have an astronomy after party. I was there with all my equipments, waiting for them to go to the wedding part, all the photos, and then all the guests come, look through the telescopes, and etc. So stuff like that. Yes, we totally support it, and I 100% in favor because that is a windows to opportunity that cannot be shut down.
I love this last example. I never would have thought about that. As you look back on your young life, I'm a little bit older than you are, but as you look back, what have been some of the what I would call the other aha moments like, wow, I get to do this?
I still have aha moments when I am doing these things. When I stop for a second and think, wow, I am doing this. Who will tell me this? I will, if you have a time machine and you go back in time and tell me, Francisco, you will be doing all these things, my answer to you will be, I don't think so. No, no way. It's really? No, no. I still not believe sometimes the things that I'm able to accomplish or do. And that gives me a moment of humility and gratefulness for all these opportunities that I am able to do for myself and the community around.
Okay. Before we leave this podcast episode, what would you want to share with our listeners about this journey of STEAM, learning, science, the art of studying the cosmos, studying astronomy, studying astrophotography? What would you want to leave with them?
I think the most important message is astronomy, STEAM, any resource that you want to call it, art, is a beautiful window that allows humanity to understand why life is so beautiful. Yeah, I think that is an opportunity that if you like astronomy because allow you to see a galaxy in another galaxy or see a planet or see a satellite, it opens so many questions. It opens so many questions. Is someone there? How will be plants there? It will be raining. Or what is the atmosphere like? How the sky will look from that point of view. We are looking at them. Is someone there looking at us? And we cannot communicate, but there is a kid there with a telescope looking at planet Earth, wondering, is that a star have a planet? All those questions come through. Give it a moment to astronomy and science. And that is, to me, the most beautiful.
Excellent, excellent. Francisco, I want to pull what would be called an audible on you. Is I'm going to take us to the LVAS website, if that's okay, just to
Yeah,
give
totally.
folks a brief look at it. All right, so the miracle of technology. Here's the
Yeah.
website. Yay! Give us a couple of the highlights once visitors find the website that they should look out for.
So when you go to the website, we have the most important part is information of our next event telling you if you need to sign up or where that got to be. You can communicate to us through events all the way up. There's more information about events. If you open there, you can see our calendar. We try to keep the calendar the most up to date, almost with 10 minutes period. There are all the events that you can go, that you can get more information from now to the future.
Okay.
And I recommend to go to our Facebook page there in case of bad weather, in case of cancellation, in case of something need to change. It's always post in our Facebook automatically. It's our
Okay.
most fast way of communication.
Yeah.
And in the West page, if you are a teacher and you want our association to go to you can go back to the West page. Thank you. Outreach. All the way out there. You can send a request to our association. We go to the schools, to the library, to homeschooling totally for free. We support Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts troops, and they need the merit badge in astronomy. And it's an amazing program, totally for free to the community. You will enrich any experience that you think you can have there.
Excellent. Excellent. I love this. And while our listeners, if you're on the page, you can also go to the membership page and you can inquire of what it takes to be an LVAS member, which is a very cost you hundreds of dollars to go to the Sphere to a concert,
Yeah,
but the investment in the LVAS membership and to come to the events for free, you can't beat it. Look at that
we
constellation. That's
we
beautiful.
have. Thank you. We have a a program for the whole
Galaxy. I'm
family.
sorry, Galaxy.
Yeah, that is a galaxy background. We have a membership for the whole family that
Okay.
costs less than I think $45. And that is the whole members of the family can come to our events. You don't need to worry to have a membership for everyone. We have a special membership for veterans and studying people that still study and stuff like that. So we are really, really supporting of anyone that really want to connect with space and astronomy and be part of this amazing community.
I love it. I love it. Thank you for the taking us on the brief tour here. We're going to have all the backlinks on our show notes, including Facebook, and I believe that is Instagram.
Yes, that is the old logo's Instagram.
Yeah, old logo. You'd update that. And I know you have on Facebook, there's a member page for you as well. We'll have that there in case our listeners would like to learn more about you. I'm going to go ahead and just stop sharing. Thank you so much again for that tour. Francisco, in addition to the website and the social sites, um, I know we're going to provide a link to your blog. Tell us a little bit about that.
Oh, my blog is a special place where I put all my ideas, crazy or no, with no filter, with no nothing. It's there just to start a conversation with someone else. I started in 2009 and I have all those categories there of all my crazy steps, 1, 2, 3. One that I keep very updated are thoughts of the day. One day I wake up and say, oh, I think about this. Let's talk about it with myself and hopefully someone will to read it. But I not do it with the goal of having a huge community or 1 million followers. It's just me hearing my 2 cents thoughts with humanity.
I love it. I love it. Francisco, it's been a pleasure to have you on the Outdoor Adventure Series podcast and truly appreciate you sharing your love of science and STEAM, astronomy, and just the stories that go with this wonderful study. And again, just watching you in action at the star parties, these events that are being hosted, it's amazing. Just the energy you put into that, the effort, and you do a wonderful job. And Las Vegas should be count themselves fortunate to have you as a part of their community. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for those nice words. I really appreciate it.
All right. Listen, stay in the line. We're going to do a quick close and I can have a final chat.
Perfect.
All right, folks. We have just been chatting with Francisco Silva. He is a STEAM educator. We now know what the A stands for, art, solar system ambassador and outreach program coordinator with the Las Vegas Astronomical Society. We're going to provide all of the backlinks that we have highlighted during this interview in our show notes, so be sure to check it out. And especially if you are coming to Las Vegas, do check out the LVAS website so you can hopefully perhaps meet Francisco in person at one of the events. I know there's even an event coming up supposedly tomorrow, but rumor has it, if it's like it is today, it's going to be a little rainy and uncooperative. But, don't fret. There are events coming up soon thereafter. Lots of opportunity to enjoy yourself. Now, you can find this episode of our podcast on our website, outdooradventureseries.com. You can find the Outdoor Adventure Series on Facebook and LinkedIn. The video of this episode, including the brief tour of the LVAS website and Facebook page, you can find on our YouTube channel. And of course, you can listen to this episode wherever you get your podcast from. Until next time, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, go out there, have a fantastic day, and we look forward to having you join us on a future episode of the Outdoor Adventure Series podcast. Take care now.